coming up. So what would you say your parenting style is? Because it sounds like you're quite chilled.
Oh, I bribe. So it's almost as if they're looking at you behind your back going.
It's very easy, I've found in my experience as a parent, to get the wrong end of the stick and fly off the handle. If I know I f***ed up during the day, I'll just apologise on the spot.
There's a lot of problem solving that goes on, isn't there, in parenting? So let's see how I do.
Can you parent my kids for me, please? Because you're way better at it than me. I am moving house on Monday, and I've found
Oh no.
some stuff that I kept from when I had the kids. Now, I mentioned this to you before,
Do
and
I
you
need
were
to get
like,
a sick bowl?
maybe. Like,
God.
should I show you what I've
Oh
kept?
God. You need
Right.
to explain to everyone what this
So,
is.
what I have is little bits of stuff that I kept from when the kids were first born. So, you know, when they're born in the hospital and they give you a little hat to put on the baby?
Yeah.
That was Logan's.
Oh, can I see it?
But I don't know where, there's like some sort of mud inside it. I don't know what. That's not bodily parts.
Look how small it is.
I know. And then this here was basically Annabelle was in intensive care.
Yeah.
And she had to go under, all of my kids come out like David Dickinson, so they had to go under the lights. So I kept all the little masks that they had.
Oh my gosh, look
That's
at
how
that.
it's tiny.
That's tiny.
It's like, I don't know, Logan's obviously had these out of the box, so they're a bit fluffy, but that's what went around their heads. So when they finished coming off the lights after like 4 or 5 days, they had like tan lines
Oh my God, they've
on
been
their
on
face
sunbeds.
where that just this section. But when they were born, my mum looked at the kids. Each of them was like, they look like they've got a really, really nice suntan. I'm like,
bless.
Mum, they have not been exposed to sunlight. This is jaundice, medical condition. I've kept all the little tags.
Oh my gosh,
when
you
they were
really
born.
have. Are you a hoarder?
No, I'm not a hoarder. Not a hoarder at
Just
all.
very sentimental.
This one's Annabelle's. Then I've kept she had a little splint on her arm. Now, for any parent who has a newborn baby or a small child that has to have a cannula fitted.
Yeah.
So when Logan had a cannula fitted, he stopped breathing and had to be resuscitated because he had infections and stuff. But when Annabelle, my third child, was born, and they said we need to take her to intensive care, like she needs potentially a blood transfusion.
Oh my gosh.
So I remember going into intensive care. I hadn't been into that sort of environment where there was like 6 other babies in there before. And it was horrendous. And I'd just given birth like 12 hours before. So I was walking,
babes.
obviously a bit funny. And this nurse just hugged me. She was like, you're okay. You're just come here. Because I was so like, and I was like, my husband's not here and stuff. So when they went to put the cannula in Annabelle's hand, I think I had like a bit of a panic attack because I was like, it's going to happen again. I was like, she might stop breathing. Logan stopped breathing and had to get resuscitated, and the crash team came in, and the nurse was like, it's okay. And then next thing, it was like something else. Stars in their eyes. They're like, dim the lights, put this bright torch underneath Annabelle's hands so they could track all her veins.
Wow.
But they didn't do that with Logan, but all the lights it was like, hit the lights.
Oh, wow.
I was like, give it to me. I thought Florice was going to come out and start singing. And then basically they put the cannula in, no problem at all.
Oh.
But they had to rest her arm on this little splint. So I've got that. And then I've got all my scan pictures. This is...
Oh God, here we go.
This is the clamp from the cords. I've got Bradley's is in a separate box, but that is Logan's. That is Logan's cord. The end of his cord. That's when it's fallen off.
That's nice.
Do you know my friend actually? The health visitor came round to her house and the cord had come off. And she had this with a bit of cord, a bit of meat at the end. And the dog came and took it and ate it and took it upstairs. And the health visitor was like, oh, where's the remnants of the cord that's just come off the belly button?
Gosh.
And the dog was like,
oh God.
like that. Literally like me eating a dog biscuit, my father-in-law. But and then this here was the... when the student midwife, it's a little cup, she got a syringe and she was like expressing me. Do you remember Joanne Page?
Yes,
Page was on?
yes.
And she was saying about her husband, like literally because he used to milk goats or something. So I remember this was held under my and she was like squeeze, a bud behind into this cup to get like a couple of mil.
Oh my God, I can't believe you kept that as well.
So I've kept that. Now this bit here, Louise,
Oh God, I can
like
feel my tummy already turning.
with all of my kids,
Oh, she
I
goes.
have got the cord
No, it's
freeze dried in a word of love.
It's wrong. I mean,
I mean, it doesn't smell.
I can't believe you just smelled it.
It doesn't smell. It's freeze dried.
That's the umbilical cord.
But this is the umbilical cord that came off. So I kept my placenta and had the placenta put into capsules with all 3 kids. But you did that as well,
I did that
like
with
freeze
my
dried.
third, yeah.
But then they offered this service where I could have the cord put into. I mean, I'm not going to put it up in the house.
If anyone isn't watching right now, let me explain what Hannah's holding up.
Do you want to hold it?
No, I really don't.
Don't you?
No.
I grew that.
Which is amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Hannah is holding her umbilical cord, which is dried and looks like a molded banana.
Yeah.
And it spells love.
Yeah. But I
wonder
thought...
if has anyone else kept these things? Please comment in the below, because I would love to know. Maybe I'm not that sentimental. I keep loads of things. I've kept my son's toenail because it took him about 5 hours from him to actually let me cut it. Tantrums everywhere. And I was like, I'm getting this toenail.
You were like, that's a moment.
And I kept it out of sheer and utter. This was very traumatic for me. But you've kept like all these, like, that's a lot of stuff.
I'm really, Louise, I'm not a hoarder at all. And I chuck stuff out all the time, but
What does Auntie think of all of this?
This is the cable that attached to the heart rate monitor. They said I could keep it. So I was like, oh, is that the sort of thing other parents keep?
I mean, you're going to have to keep it now forever.
Yeah.
You've come this far.
Yeah. And then one day, if Bradley has a family, I'm going to say to his partner,
here's my cup.
Look what I've got. Look, somebody expressed me and I've got a cup to put the milk in.
he'll be like, your mum is a psycho. I don't keep teeth though. Please welcome the one and only, it's Jordan Banjo.
It's Jordan Banjo.
How do you describe your parenting, like your style? What was your parents like with you when you were growing up, and how has that affected your style and stuff?
My mum and dad were very, very much the opposite. Like my dad, if dad says stop, you stop. Like that's it. Whereas with my mum, I won't lie, I was a little like I remember being like, I remember this conversation, which is so bad. My mum got upset once. She started crying because me and my sister's only a year between us. We're being such It was in our first house. I remember it clear as day. We had a water pistol, and I kept spraying the mud in the same patch, scooping it up, running in, and putting it on my shoes in the house.
Oh, you little.
I was just being a proper little because to me it was hilarious, right?
Yeah.
So my mum would go, Jordan, and I'd go, and I'd run and I'd see the mud, and she's following me to like find where I am and get me to stop.
God.
And I remember she started crying, and when she started crying, you would think I'd be like, oh, God, mum's upset. And I remember thinking, job accomplished, like I've done it, like I've really been a little.
Did you apologise to her? No,
yeah,
now that you're a parent.
That night, I was like. I remember thinking,
when your
I'm
dad
really
came
sorry,
home.
Mum. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but now that you're a parent, can you look back and be like, oh my God.
Because my dad used to call me Mr. Angry all the time. Because I don't know why. And I've still got it now. Again, I've said it publicly a couple times, but basically I can punch myself in the forehead and not feel it. Right? And
what?
I've never understood why.
You can punch yourself in the face and not feel it?
Specifically my forehead.
What if someone else punches you?
I just don't. It's like a numb. It's honestly like you've been numbed. I can feel the movement, but the pain just isn't there. And I remember when I was a kid, when my dad or anyone would tell me off, I would go to the top stair and I would headbutt it until I passed out. Like I used to go whack, whack. I used to have like proper little anger management issues, right?
Wow.
And obviously my mum and dad are trying to stop me because I'm smacking my head until I knock myself out. But with my parenting style now, I would say. And between me and my wife, we're quite aligned, right? So my mum and dad, they very much wasn't aligned on certain things, right? So, you grow up and you see arguments and you see this and you see that. And I'm very much the opposite for that. Like, it's almost like a Hollywood film. If me and her ever start to remotely get into a debate, I'm like, not now.
Yeah, not in front of the kids.
Yeah, because it sounds funny and it doesn't sound like a big deal, but... even though now it could have been about for me putting petrol in the car, but I remember them arguing. Do you know what I mean? And that's quite a thing for me, which I was like, I just don't want around my kids. So with my kids, they would say that I'm strict, but I just think, and I know this is going to sound silly, and I'm learning this more and more as time goes on. my dad was quite hard on us, on me, my brother and my sister, and expected quite a lot. And I am trying to unpick that with my kids because I'm quite the same with them. I won't lie.
Yeah.
And it's never, my dad was hard on us in regards to grades, achievements, behaviour. He didn't really have to be. Whereas with my kids, the only thing I'm really hard on them about is behaviour. Because especially when I know that you know. And that's when I get pissed off.
Yeah.
And
it's okay to have high standards, I
in
think, isn't
certain
it?
things,
Yeah.
and in other things, not so much. And sometimes I'm trying to unpick, putting so much on him. Like with my son, for example, my oldest, I'm like, at the end of the day, you guys touched on it earlier, and it was the perfect way to say it. I will ask him to do something for his little brother, or go and grab this, or I've asked you to sit down and do that, and sometimes he doesn't, and then I get annoyed, or I tell him off, or we have a talk, and then at the end I'm like, no, you are 7. Like, you are still just 7.
They're still so small.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you are only 7, and it's only when that happens. And the other thing I try and do, which my mum and dad, now they would, because they are so different as grandparents as they were as parents, right? They're like, my dad is the opposite as a grandparent.
Really?
Oh, I cannot tell you.
And was your dad's parents strict with him growing up?
Yeah, so my dad's Nigerian, right?
Right.
Was born in Nigeria, right? Like, it was just, culturally, it's just different.
And
Do you know
where's
what I
your
mean?
mum from?
Mum's just from the UK. She's British, yeah.
Right.
So culturally for him was very different. So with us, he was very different. But now he's softened so much.
I was going to say softened.
So much.
Yeah.
But one thing they didn't really do, and I understand it again, because culturally it was like, as a kid, especially back then, 30 years ago, whatever, it was seen and not heard, and you do as you're told.
Yeah.
If I know I up during the day, the first thing I do is bedtime or in the moment, I'll just apologise on the spot. Like with my kids, I'm like, come here. I'll be like, mate, I'm sorry. Like, I misunderstood that, and I'll try and take accountability, because I'm like, you should understand that sometimes you've got to take accountability, and I can't be like, you say sorry to your sister when I know I've messed up.
Go and headbutt the wall.
Yeah, go and headbutt the wall. Get it out that way. The worst thing I remember as a kid is, when you've done something, or your parents think you've done something wrong, and you haven't, but then they won't let you speak.
Yeah.
And you're trying to explain, they go, no, shut up, you listen.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's probably why I ended up headbutting the wall. Like, you try and explain, but no, I didn't do that. I see that frustration with my own kids. So even though sometimes, when you're in the heat of the moment, you're trying to sort something out, the last thing you want to do is listen to a 6-year-old talk for 5 minutes in something that takes 10 seconds. But it's like, I try and give them that time to explain and whatever, because sometimes it's very easy, I've found in my experience as a parent, to get the wrong end of the stick and fly off the handle. Because I won't lie, I'll be up at 3 a.m, I don't get back to 10 p.m. at night, then it's the weekend, I'm up, and I'm like, look, I'm exhausted, I just want to... None of that's your fault. Like, none of that's their fault. They're 6, one's 7, and the other one's 2. And it's just kind of, I think, trying to take accountability for times when I f*** up as a parent it's a lot more than I'd like to admit, because I mess up all the time. If I'm honest, I really do mess up all the time. But I think acknowledging that and just trying to be better from it is all you can do.
Do your kids dance?
No.
Do they not?
Do you dance at home?
Do you know what? My son now, and this has been a real point of contention in our house. His words, when you say to him, what do you want to do? He goes, I want to do what daddy does.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
So he now says he wants to dance, do radio, and box, because I do boxing as well, right? My wife is adamant he's not to do anything to do with boxing. She just, but that's the thing he wants to do the most, right? But she's like, I don't want him to do it. It's not happening. So that's like a real point of contention in our house. My daughter, she used to go to something called Stagecoach, right?
Yeah, my daughter gets Stagecoach.
Right, my daughter went Stagecoach. I remember she was about 5 at the time. She sat me down, promised this, she went, I don't want to go to Stagecoach anymore. I was like, why? I'm like, that's quite a big thing. Like, you loved it. You was doing all the little shows at local fairs. She went, do you know what it is? I can sing, I can dance, I can act. There's no point. I will inform you now. She can neither sing, dance, or act. She's quite shallow in the talent pool.
I love her confidence.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, mate, that delusional confidence is what everyone needs a little bit of in life. And she's now at this stage where she'll go, yeah, I want to go back, but is there like an older class, or
is there anything more advanced?
Literally, that's what she says. And she loves to dance. Let's call it freestyle. She has to do her own style of dancing. My son says he wants to dance, but if I say, because he says it's what I do, but if I try and teach him anything, My son is very much of the he gets it first time or don't worry about it. When my daughter will keep going and going and going and going. When we first opened the diversity studios, they went for like the first 2 months.
Yeah.
And because all the teachers are diversity, all the other little kids turn up. And even if they don't know who diversity are, it's a random man or random woman they don't know teaching them, so they listen. To my kids, it's, oh, that's Uncle Mitch, or that's Uncle Sam, or that's Auntie Gio. So they see them all the time. They're used to them all the, like, guys playing. So when it's like, no, you're now in a class, you've got to listen.
Yeah.
That just didn't quite cross over. So now they're a bit older. Maybe they'd sit in the classes a bit better. And my daughter does say she wants to go back. And I'm like, okay, well, if you want to go, like, you can go. But you've got to understand that you're there for a class. And it's difficult for me. And I don't want them to ever have that pressure on them being at diversity studios and being our kids. And then, you know,
I can't
better
imagine
be good.
what
Do you
the
know what I mean?
teachers feel like at Stagecoach, where they're like, we're going to do a performance, and they'll look up and see the kids are doing like a little dance, and it might be a bit and they look and see you in the crowd watching like, oh my God.
I was front row at all them shows though. I was front row. I did one at like a little fair in Brentwood in Essex, and I was sat there front row, and it was awkward because they had other people performing, and all the other Stagecoach kids and parents are used to like a diversity person being there, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of them wasn't. So the other classes that turned up and other dance schools that came, I think they thought I was like a guest judge or guest.
Of course,
like,
yeah.
They were like, oh, like most of them turned up and went, oh my God, Ashley Banjo's here. And I was like, it's not Ashley. I'm so sorry to disappoint you. You've got the wrong brother here. I'm like, it's the wrong one, but it's fine. So they turn up, and there was one guy, bless him. He was a, he was a Michael Jackson impersonator. And he directed his entire 8-minute performance directly to me. And there's only about 12 people watching.
That's really awkward.
Oh, it was really awkward. And he poured his heart and soul into it. So, mate, I'm not sure of your name, but if you was at Brentwood at the little county fair, you smashed out a Michael Jackson performance, well done.
Well done.
But maybe eye contact with other members of the audience. It was really awkward for me.
Please welcome Genevieve Tully. Woo!
I tried so hard not to look at you. I was like, head on this. I was like, don't make her laugh.
So what would you say your parenting style is? Because it sounds like you're quite chilled. And I have to say, whenever we've shot content together, you come across so chilled. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but like you're like, when I shoot content, I need like a script, a plan. And Jen arrives and she's like, yes, I've got this idea. And we're just going to shoot and we're just going to see what happens. And then we'll shoot. And then she's like, oh, yeah, I think that works. And then she'll edit so quickly. And then I'm just like, how did you just do that? Like, is your parenting the same? Because to me, you come across super chill.
I am very chill.
Yeah.
I'm sort of really calm until I'm not calm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say my parenting style is just go with the flow. I am probably stricter than you think. Like I'm pretty hot on table manners.
Yes. Oh God, very hot on table manners.
Using a knife and fork properly, not chewing with your mouth open. Consequences.
Yeah.
I will see every consequence through.
You always follow through.
Always follow through with the consequence. So I am strict, but my friends laugh because if I said to one of my kids, if I count to 3 and you're not where I want you to be or whatever, then you lose whatever. I don't even have to get to 2.
Yes.
1. And they're and my kids, my friends are like,
that.
what?
And it still works.
Because you follow through a consequence.
It still works for my eldest. He's nearly 14 and I'll still do
They know.
Do you start from 5 or 3? Or do you count down?
I count from 1.
I count
so I'm
from
literally
one.
And they do 5. And I do 4. And I do the face. What?
Even though I have always followed through with consequences, my daughter will still challenge me. And it's got to the point where I've got to like 4 and I'm like 4.5.
Yeah.
4 3/4. And I'm like, I'm going to get to 5. And what the hell do I do? Because I've never got to 5 before.
The key is to never do a consequence that you don't want to see through. Like if you're having a really nice time with friends, like having a glass of wine in the garden, the kids are playing.
Yeah.
If you say like, we'll go home, like, oh.
Yeah, of course it's not going to happen.
I don't want to go home.
No.
Did you both used to say, I used to be like, I'm never going to bribe my kids.
Oh, I bribe.
I actually said that.
Yeah,
I said, I'm never going to bribe my kids. And that is how I parent.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like, if you do that again, you're not having that. If you do that again, I'll take that away.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, oh, okay.
But my Jessie says the most ridiculous things.
They all do.
Yeah.
They all do. The amount of times my husband's looked at me and been like, I don't know what I just said.
And then I have to call him out. It's like, if you do that again, you could forget going on holiday. And I'm like, but it's booked.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, we are definitely going on holiday. And I have to say to him, just say something normal. Like, you know, we'll turn the TV off.
I'll take away your favourite toy.
Like, just say something that you can actually do instead of like, we're not doing the things that we're definitely going to do, because then they know that they can just get away with it.
It's almost as if they're looking at you behind your back going,
Yeah. My mum never swore growing up and still doesn't. Like if she says a swear word, she's still like, but when do you remember my mum saying, I think she said, fuck, but the way that she says it, because she never says it, she was like, and it kind of made me laugh. And it's just like, if you want to swear, just swear. Like
Just
if
say
it,
it properly.
just say it. But like like that kind of. I remember just all kind of laughing because I was like, I know that you're angry right now, and I know that I've triggered you because you're swearing. But the way that you're swearing sounds so funny.
yeah.
That. And then we all didn't end up laughing. So,
My granny, who was Scottish, and my Papa Duncan, they used to like literally shout at each other all the time.
Yeah.
And my granny would be like, Duncan, you shut your fucking mouth. So they'd say bucking. And
bucking.
Yeah. So every time we go to the house and or if I was on the phone at Christmas, to be like, hi, Granny, you okay? And she's like, oh, well, hello there. Hey, Duncan, what you doing? You shut your mouth. And we'd be like never knew she was telling us off. And I thought that bucking was a swear word. So I said it for the first time at school, and it's like, well, I never got told off. And it's like, well, that's because it's not actually a swear word.
Oh, clever.
And when I learnt the actual F word, and then I realised
Oh,
the head
more
teacher's
impact.
office, so we had a chat. We had a little chat.
Today we've got the amazing Professor Green.
Woo!
Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
How are you going to balance the holidays? Are you like, right, we're going to plan activities, or are you kids clubs, or?
I'll take him on tour with you if you've got gigs.
Yeah.
and
He'll come to whatever festivals he can, whatever.
What festivals are you doing?
Off the top of my head, good God, I've just had an absolute blank.
All right, don't worry about it. We
Are
can
you
put it
busy
in
though
the,
this summer?
busy
Have you
this
got lots
year,
going on?
Are you doing any like family? Do you do like family stuff? Okay.
Most.
Do
Do you know what? Even the festivals that aren't family festivals or considered family festivals are becoming much more like family festivals.
That's nice. Do you then have to like think about your language more around
Yeah.
family festivals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I did Gone Wild last year, which was wicked in Norfolk, but I was quite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it hard though? Because obviously.
No, do you know what? I've never found it difficult to censor myself.
Oh, that's
like
good.
I've never sworn on live radio or television if it's been pre-watershed.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
always
yeah.
been really good at doing that. Slim's caught me a couple of times recently though. I didn't swear for years of his life, and he's caught me a couple of times recently. I've been getting a bit too lax.
It
Yeah.
happens.
Normally when I've dropped something on my foot, or and he's like, swear jar. I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't say it. And he's like, yeah, but you taught me about intention, Dad,
Yeah.
and you were going to say it.
Yeah. God. My son said to me about a year ago, he was like, Mum, I know what the C word is. And I was like, oh no.
God.
I was like, oh no. And we happened to be on a play date around other kids as well. So you're like, great. And you see all the parents kind of going, shit. And I just.
That's another swear word.
That's
Yeah.
another swear word. And I was like, well, what C word? And he went, it's cock. And I was like, oh, thank God it's that and not the other
Yeah.
one,
Is
because
that
that's a bit, it's a bit, it's not. I feel like the other C word is a bit more. You don't want a kid saying. Well, you don't want kids saying any of it, but yeah, I was
No.
quite glad it
Yeah.
wasn't the other C word.
Yeah, Annabelle still can't say stick. So she's like, my one. And she keeps saying it. And I'm like, Annabelle, it's a stick. And where we come out of nursery, there's loads of sticks everywhere. So she's like, there's loads of dicks. I'm like, there isn't.
Today we are joined by a pop star mum of 5 boys, and she first invited us to murder on the dance floor back in 2001, the iconic Sophie Ellis-Bextor. Welcome.
I felt like I had to look elsewhere. I didn't want to
Oh my God.
interrupt your flow.
Wow, I know, I can't believe I actually got that right in one go, actually. Right, we've got some dilemmas that we've got from our
Okay.
listeners, so here we go.
There's a lot of problem solving that goes on, isn't there, in parenting? So let's see how I do.
I'm pregnant and I've just found out I'm having a boy. I am worried about being peed on every time I change a nappy. Any advice here?
I mean, look, I have to say it's been 7 years. Like my youngest is 7, so like it's been a little while since I've not 7 years, but a good 5 years since I changed the nappy, maybe longer. Aren't you supposed to like point them down?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
like I always point the whatever you want to call it. What is the right word?
Yeah,
Say it on a baby.
yeah, point their down.
Point their down.
So you sort of put your thumb like there while
Yeah.
you're quickly doing the bits. But I think also You have to be a bit speedy sometimes.
You have to be speedy.
Put
I mean, I've
sock
been
on
peed on many times by my kids. Many times. Once put it in my mouth. That was nice. But yeah, down, I think is the answer.
There you go.
Yeah, or a little sock over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do that.
Really?
Yeah, put a little sock on it. I remember once I had to get like a urine sample for my little boy, and I was like, keeping his nappy open, and you're like blowing on it to try and make it to get him just to do a wee. And next thing, I was talking to my dad, who was there waiting with me. He was like, "Quick!" And in a slow motion, I had this little pot to try and catch the wee, and it was just this fountain that was just going everywhere. So then I kind of tried to. I was like doing this, but manoeuvring my head underneath this little, and I was covered in. I got a tiny bit,
Because I've had to do that before, and it's like,
how stressful is it?
Yeah.
Like, we'll do
Waiting
a little
game.
urine sample, and you're like, how are we going to do that then?
Yeah.
It's like,
Great,
you're going to
thanks
wait.
for that.
It's a waiting game. So this one kind of rolls on with that. I have a baby boy, and I'm really struggling to get all of the poo off his balls when I'm changing his nappy. They're such a weird texture. Wet wipes aren't doing it. Help. Any advice on that one, Sophie?
I think you just got to, it's a wet wipe and then some skin. You just wipe it clean.
Yeah.
What other advice could I have?
Yeah. Put it in the bath. Right, I've got another one for you here. My 17-year-old son has just got a girlfriend, and to be completely honest with you, I feel really left out. I really want to get to know her and make her feel comfortable at our house, but they are always going to her parents. How do I stop this from happening, or what can I do to make them feel more comfortable in my home?
Oh,
That's a tricky one, isn't it?
that is. And, full disclosure, I don't really know yet. I haven't had these things, I haven't been tested in this way. I do know that my mum is a very strong matriarch, and she's kept us all very close, and we, she's with us every Christmas and this kind of thing. And I intend to have instilled exactly the same invisible strings. So
absolutely.
let's see what happens. But look, I also think kids go and do other things and come back to you as well. And I think when I was in my late teens, early 20s, I was absolutely here, there and everywhere. And I didn't at that time really, it wasn't as much of a priority to be plugged into my family. I wanted, I would have Christmas. I remember I went for Christmas with my boyfriend at the time, in another country. I would be going off and doing things. But because my mum didn't make it a big deal, we now go on like holidays together and stuff. So it's like, I think again, it's a long game. So just be super chill, let them go off, let them have a wonderful time, and then keep that lovely, relaxed atmosphere at home that makes them actually really want to be part of that. Because it's not about point scoring, is it?
No.
It's not about doing something to make someone else happy either. So you have to, it's that thing, isn't it, of like, if something is meant to be, set it free and it will come back to you kind of a thing. I think they do return, actually.
Oh my God, you like the oracle.
I've got a long way to go.
No, you are though. Like your
very different
outlook
people.
is just.
It's unbelievable.
I'm
Like,
at that
I feel
uptight stage now with everything, where I'm like, I need to do Annabelle's nappy, and then I need to do this and get his
we
book
are
bag.
like that. And remember, I've been like that. I've done all that, and I think it's just learning.
Do you play good cop, bad cop at home,
not
or not?
really.
Like for discipline and stuff, or do you?
No, not really. But I think for just keeping a really the calmest house you can, just if I've been out for the day and I come into a situation and they're like, Mom, I want to do this, but Daddy says I can't, I'll always try and defer to whoever's been in charge, so that I go like, I've just walked in, talk to them, because I think otherwise it can get confusing, and then they start playing you off against each other.
And what's it like when you've just walked in from a day at work and they're all like, bah! And it's chaos? You just walk in and think, I'm just going to go back out again.
Definitely. Or sometimes just like, I'm just going to avoid that. But also they sometimes calm, like if they're having a disagreement and it's getting nasty, they sometimes calm it quicker than if I walk in. Because if I walk in and it's all, he did this and he did that, and it gets more high drama. So sometimes I'll just be like, unless someone's coming out like, holding an eye or something, then I'm just
like a limb's hanging off.
Got a black eye.
I'm going to wait. But look, it happens. And I've noticed it's like a baton that gets passed. So there's particular ages where they're more likely to be really going for each other.
Yeah.
And then they get older and suddenly they're kind of all right with each other again. But that age.
You've given me so much hope, because we're in the midst of like, he just
it goes on for ages.
Constantly. I'm like,
your
hell.
parenting
And I'm
advice and knowledge.
Yeah, but they don't listen to any of it, obviously. And if someone does something and then they'll go like, do it back. And then you say, if you do it back, it turns into a dialogue. if you don't like it, you have to not do it back. And I've been
Is that
saying
when you make
for
up
at
one of your
least, you know,
stories?
15
If
years.
you do that again, there's a man that did that. Do you know what happened to him?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's got to be a cautionary tale. For
All
this.
of his skin came off.
Exactly.
All the kids will be shitting themselves.
Thank you, giving me some ideas. Thank you.
That's tonight's story. I do have another question for you.
Go on.
Your food bill must be extortionate with 5 lads. How do you
Oh
how
my
do you
God,
keep them
yeah.
filled up? Like, are you one of those that's like, right, there's your dinner, there's a loaf of bread on the table, help yourself?
I mean, we definitely can't, like, I realised from when they were little, you can't run like a cafe, can you? Like, and sorry, what would you like? You know, we've got to be, definitely there's one main meal, but there's always snacks. I think it's actually, and this is going to sound a bit, probably not what you're asking, but I think it's more about trying to keep it so that they're healthy when they're snacking and stuff, because they are all growing. I mean, I remember being so starving when you're a teenager, you know, that feeling you're like, so we just definitely have things in the house, but it's just trying to make it so that it's not an exciting array, a menu outside of what the main meal is. It's like, right, you know what it is. It's either, you know, there's some muesli, there's some toast, there's some fruit.
That's a
So
great
you have
idea.
one meal for a family of 7.
We'll do that as the supper or the
that's
lunch or
great.
whatever,
I'm
and little
still-
tweaks, because one of my
yeah.
kids is gluten-free and vegetarian, so he'll
Yeah.
have slightly more nuance. But
Yeah.
we try to, because otherwise it just was getting daft.
Well, it does. Yeah,
have-
I
you have
need to get
little-
out of that. I'm
Little
kind of,
moments.
What do you do if your kids don't eat the meal that you put in front of them from when they were younger? Because I always say, well, if you don't eat your dinner, you're not having another option. And there I am in the cafe making
don't
them
know.
like
Another
jam
option.
on toast before bed, or
I
like
think we
something
are
to get
hardwired
food.
to get pleasure seeing our children eat.
Yeah.
Oh my
think- I
God,
think
it
So
makes
true.
me so
I think
happy when
something
they have a
happens in
good
your
meal.
brain. Yeah.
It makes me so happy.
That and good sleep. You're
Oh
like
my
you're
God.
you're hardwired to
Yes,
secondary pleasure from it.
totally. I totally agree.
So no, I'm actually I am quite relaxed about, by and large. I mean, I think when they're ready for it, they eat. And actually, if I remember back to my childhood, they eat a lot more adventurously than I did. I think I was actually relatively fussy.
Oh my God, I was
And now I eat
terrible.
everything. But you know,
I'm still
this
quite
orange
fussy,
juice
to
has
be
got
honest.
bits in it. You know, like I was like that. But they love loads of different stuff. But I think also we've evolved, haven't we? What we can get access to and what they're being exposed to.
Yeah.
With
I didn't
food.
even know what an avocado was till I was about 17.
Yeah,
I had no,
that
it just
was,
wasn't
that
in
was
my.
exotic.
It was exotic. It wasn't in my household ever.
Yeah,
growing
yeah.
up, it was
Yeah.
exotic and
Yeah.
really expensive.
Yeah, absolutely. And now look at the, you know.
And then my daughter's like, "Can I have another avocado?"
Yeah.
Sophie, thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
I
Thank you.
I don't
It's
want
amazing.
you to go. I want you to
Can you
sit
stay?
here.
Can you parent my kids for me, please? Because
Yeah.
you're way better at it
Well,
than
I
me.
would say when I'm in a calm, quiet room, I'm a much better parent. I can completely set the tone, can't
I'm
I?
so great at parenting when my kids aren't here.
Oh, yeah.
So good at it. Woo! So good at Ellis-Bextor.
Ellis-Bextor.